my name is Yasmin, and today I'd like to share with you 5 ways you can start to reduce waste in your home. Now, with all this extra time at home, I've been paying a little bit extra attention to the amount of waste I produce and trying to find more effective ways to manage it. So, even though there are a million small things that we could be doing, I'm going to share with you 5 easy tips to help you get started if you haven't already. The first step is learn to repair rather than discard. Now, before you throw something out, always ask yourself if you can reuse that for something else or if you can repair it and turn it into something a little bit more useful. An example I have that I've done here at home is I had some pieces of shelves left over from a home project, and instead of tossing it out, I made it into a plant shelf for my plants to get some morning sun. It's a great way to repurpose what would have otherwise been rubbish, and not to mention, DIYs are so much fun and a great way to keep you busy when you have a lot of extra time on your hands. Another example that I do here at home is I reuse my glass containers for things such as propagating my plants or even storing food in the pantry. When I'm not sure how to reuse or repurpose something, I always make sure to check out YouTube or Pinterest for some ideas before making the decision to toss it out. Now, tip number 2 is make a meal plan. I don't mean as in a diet plan. I don't know about most of you, but I didn't always make a grocery list before going shopping. Most of the time, I would just buy whatever I felt like eating that week. But the problem with that is I would end up with a lot more food than I needed, which resulted in a bunch of leftovers and food going bad before I even had the chance to eat it, resulting in wasting a lot of food. When we waste food, not only are we wasting money, but we're also wasting the natural resources that go into making that food, such as land, water, and energy. So now I plan my meals for that week and I buy exactly what I need and what I know I'm going to be eating. It seems silly, but it's a great way to reduce your organic waste at home. Which brings me to tip number 3, which is also my favorite: start composting. Now, I find that a lot of people have this idea that you can only compost if you live in a house with a huge garden, which is not the case. You can compost wherever you live, garden or no garden, which is my case. I've been composting for a few years now, and it's always been in an apartment. Composting can divert as much as 40% of your household waste. Rotting food in landfill produces methane, which is 21 times more harmful than carbon dioxide as a greenhouse gas. By composting, methane emissions are significantly reduced. You can either buy your compost at your local hardware store, or you can make your own compost by following DIY tutorials. And as for your own personal benefit, composting is worth the effort to produce your own nutrient-rich soil and save money on liquid fertilizers. Your plants will thank you. Now, tip number 4, reduce packaging waste from online shopping. Now, let's be honest, we're all guilty of buying 1 or 2 things from Amazon during this lockdown period. Although it's pretty handy, all that packaging can be a nightmare. So, I was doing some research and it turns out there are options. Amazon offers a frustration-free packaging option on some items. The option allows certain products to be shipped without all that excessive packaging. This is available for a few items on Amazon, so it's worth checking out if the item you want is listed. You can also go to Amazon's customer service and request to speak online, where you can request for them to reduce plastic packaging or any unnecessary packaging as much as possible. Now, lastly but not least important, get to know the rules of recycling. I can't stress enough how important it is to know what goes in which bin to avoid contamination. What goes in the recycling bin, what goes in the rubbish bin, or which item can be recycled if you follow simple instructions such as returning soft plastic to the soft plastic bin collection at your local supermarket. In order to prevent contamination, it's necessary to be informed about what you can recycle and follow the guidelines. Always check the labels, make sure you understand them. That way, you're not contaminating the recycling bins and you're not throwing away what could be recycled. But even after all that, if you're still not sure, the key principle to recycling is, if in doubt, throw it out. Because what we're trying to avoid is contaminating a bin and causing that entire load to be rejected and sent to landfill. Well, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed these 5 easy tips to help you reduce waste at home. I know some of these seem pretty simple, but I promise you, these small steps can go a long way. Please feel free to message me if you have any questions on any of these topics. Bye!